Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Shadow Empire as Phoenixstate. Did just finish a turn. We have major worker strike in Kana, which will just pay them off. Where are we getting on profile? Wow. Nice. Almost have that quality of life boost. Usually it's not worth it to get quite that high, but if it's doable, I'll do it. Caught one of our spies. Yes, let's move things over. That makes them a little happier. Now I'm curious about that. If I were to bribe Belair packs, how likely? Yeah, it's still almost impossible. So the civil delegation is under covert ops. That have any chance? Do the Belair zone? Hey, that does make faction go up. So how happy are they with us now? 70. Those cards are well worth it then. 73. We'll run the efficiency drive as usual. Leave it at that though. No reason to push it. Hopefully that keeps them nice and happy. Bring our garrison into Pacifica. Bring down our old troops. Can I cut them off? That's a little dicey. We outnumber them greatly, but a lot of these guys have not been upgraded yet. Not quite good enough. And I don't think these three can do it. So with that being the case, can surround them on the other side. Ooh, that is a lot of tanks. What is our entrenchment? Yeah, let's fall back. They can have that bridge. I'm not going to force that issue. Wow. Tank destroyers by themselves are good enough. Let's switch to bombardment though. We'll soften them up nice and squishy. And we'll see if we can't shorten our lines. Bring them. Attack with the others. Leave them in their entrenchment. Pretty much force their tanks into retreat almost immediately. These ones are in better shape right now, so we'll send them. Move the siege infantry up later. Actually, yeah, we can just move them all up. All of the 8th, and then we'll swap out one of them for reserve force for one of the siege. I think what we discussed last time was to go here range attacks that we can do there. We'll keep bombarding here. I'll make sure I get all these attacks. No counter artillery. I believe that's the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. That'll be all of the siege corps.
Yes, sir.
Alright, if we move this one, we attack with these guys.
Engaging enemy.
Excellent.
Target destroyed.
Positive result. And then let's see if we can do it again over here. I'll throw in a concentric attack with the motorcycles. I don't want to lose their entrenchment, but it looks like we have them on the back foot. Ooh, this one hurt a bit more. They were more entrenched.
Need backup.
I forgot to check that before I went in. Do I even want to attempt to follow that up? I think I'd rather wait for superior firepower. One foolhardy attack per turn is enough for me. Everybody else is in nice solid positions. Tiefland, we are at peace with. Already has it. Are we? Oh, awesome. We already co-opted Tiefland. So our best option is to cut them off there and there and finish them off. Slavers no more.
Kill confirmed.
Extend our border. Push this border to this way. Push this one. And I think our best bet be to drive the road straight through there. And that takes care of that. Detmold happier. Same with Beat Dig. Connoissee still kind of hard to get the workers happy. Albion, we need 700 more.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Then let's go down to Pacifica. Oh yeah, definitely don't want that one. Close that one as well. Mothballed that. Only active should be the construction and the logistics. We'll get as much as we can into that. That'll stabilize things there. Do we want to raise more tank destroyers? If they're working so fantastic for us. Although I might want to just do medium tanks and make this a more offensive force. Or just raise a whole new thingamabob. Soldiers 6.
Yes, sir.
Get you guys upgraded.
Yes, sir.
Which we might not need to. Might be a little wasteful.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, it's definitely wasteful. Probably disband some of them. But I'm going to upgrade them all first. Although we are starting to run a little low on metal. Oh well. I've started down this path. Most of the way done with it. I don't really feel like going back now. That and they're highly experienced.
Yes, sir.
So I don't want to get rid of them if I don't have to.
Yes, sir.
Cooper 3, Abraham 3. Loaders, we scrapped the old ones.
Yes, sir.
And that should be good. Then we're looking at replacement troops. Actually, that works out. We have enough to replace our losses elsewhere. Throw 2 Harleys on there. We can throw... Ooh, those are expensive. We can't afford that metal. Then I'll focus exclusively on the ARPGs this time. That will take care of that. We already did the efficiency drive. We can afford it, so we'll do the cabinet retreat and the war games. Do that every turn if we can. Check, see what we have in the zones. Scientific outpost, absolutely would love one of those.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
And the ecological station.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Max boost of science for what it's worth. I'm not saying that's the best, most optimal. Nobody is super angry with us. So that is swell. And yeah, I think we're good to go. Do want to check, we are going to be short on metals. And we can't buy that much. However, it should fund the merchants, which may be able to supply more metal
Yes, sir.
next turn. Maybe be a little bit more frugal with our replacements. Yeah, I may skip a turn of replacements and just not replace them, not upgrade. I'm glad I did with the regular soldiers though, because we'll swap out a lot. And fill in all the holes in our ranks pretty much. Except for the MGs and the RPGs. They tried to break out, did not succeed. Big losses there. Ooh, a lot of attacks, a lot of losses. I'm liking what I'm seeing. We took territory and we held it in the face of tremendous concentrated armor. Yeah, we're forcing big losses. They pushed us back there, but we're bleeding them now. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what they used to be doing to us. Oh, 210 tanks. Oh, it's glorious. I thought this day would never come. Industrial robotization, Walker hydraulics, operationalization of siege infantry, or grenadiers, siege grenadiers. Class-based voting. No. I'm fine with the way things are. I know that upsets her though. This is what we ran into. You know what? We're just gonna say yes. It's fine. That's our leading faction. I'm gonna leave them alone. Bureaucratic assets. No. I'm not gonna expand that. We can't afford it. Economic Council. We are looking for nothing off the top. We can pretty much choose what we need to without concern for unlocking new areas. So I'm gonna knock out VidCom broadcasting. See if we can make our people a little happier. What I really want is robotic soldiers, but we're gonna have to wait for that to be discovered. Speaking of which, currently not possible. Yep, we need to change our priorities. The model types. I don't think there's really any that I can immediately unlock, so we'll wait. So, back to military research. Automated turrets. Gauze, small arms, I'm not really interested in. Quad machine guns have their purpose. Rocketry would be useful because that unlocks missiles. Don't really want electric engines yet. We don't have the infrastructure for that. Guided RPGs. Guided RPGs, then rocketry, then missiles. Oh no, we have heavy guided RPGs, so I don't need guided RPGs. Rocketry. Jetpacks. Extreme vehicles. Energy, small arms optimization. And personal armor optimization. Let's see about shortening battle times. So we should need to have a walker designed, yep, to unlock robotic infantry. So the walker will be the thing we unlock next. Want a medium laser gun? We'll do 100mm polymer armor. Which weight does that give us? 500. Let's lighten it up a little bit. Still do the medium. We'll do 50. That puts us almost within 90% of heavy diesel engine. They'll be thirsty, but fairly effective, I think. See, the Storm Grenadiers are the ones I was also targeting. Minor Worker Strike and Beat Dig. Pay them off. Major Worker Strike in Albion. Pay them off. Then we'll come down here. See if we can't surround and crush this group finally. Looks good. Let's do it. We did lose 4 companies, but we took them out. I'll take it. Leave the rest. Block their immediate retreat. Oh yeah, they're not escaping from that. Okay, approve. They still have tanks close enough to threaten us if we try to cut off that bridge again. But what we can do is cut off the other side. So it looks like they built a bridge around this one because we cut that off. Right. They have a lot of artillery here. Let's push the tank destroyers down. Bring the siege into a position. We can bombard here safely. The other locations, I'm not feeling the bombardment of their artillery. Well, they do have them set for all-out attack. Gives us the advantage, but we're going to see counter battery fire. Really, that's going to be most fit. 5 to 1 isn't high enough. I'm not going to do it. Alright, we're going to push these guys forward. They're still in the mountains. Push these ones forward. We can soften them up with a bombardment, or we can save it for an actual attack, leaving these guys to entrench. Oh, and we can cut them off. That puts them at risk. But we get a concentric bonus of 5. No, 4, because this one cannot attack. We can involve all of the tank destroyers. We can get our consistent artillery bombardment throughout the attack. Throw in extra infantry. I like it. This is overwhelming firepower.
Target destroyed.
Surrounded and surrendered. There we go. We're opening up this front. We might be able to reconnect with our forces again. Let's bring these guys back into position. We made them bleed to take that. They did not move forward. Do I risk pushing forward? They are pretty well entrenched. That is a pretty large formation. These guys are on forced march though. These ones are dangerous. They're on all-out attack. And heavily entrenched. I am not going to get overconfident and assault that position. That's what got us into trouble a while back. Bring the road as far forward as I think I can get it. Push the infantry out to various locations. Some antiquated infantry in there. Well, soldiers 5, they're not that old. We have sealed roads everywhere we care about in the Empire. I can upgrade some of the ones out here, which I would very much like to do. And we have the industrial capacity for it. And there's where the AI was a bit silly. So let's bring it down to here. Then we'll use the pre-existing bridge. Something like that. We'll demolish this little offshoot. And we can actually get rid of this road and that one. I don't care too much about those ones. Traffic sign wise, block going in that direction. What does that look like for us? We should probably keep that. Block that one. Now force it down. Meanwhile, that is closing. That is closing. Alright, good there. And I think we can make a short road here and here. And get rid of this nonsense. And also get rid of this traffic sign. Okay, can't do that now. It's fine. And we do have the industrial points. We are getting a lot per turn. How much is our capacity? We can store 12,000. which is plenty. But I think we'll mirror our railroad. Come in like that. Destroy that little tidbit. And there we go. I don't think I need that one anymore. Which means I can get rid of this little bit of road. There we go. That's looking a little better. Cleaning up with our superior industry. Now, what did our traders do with the money we gave them last turn? They have more money now. However, they did not really get very much more metal.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to buy it out. I don't care about the cost right now. Now that things are a little bit more stable, I might have to start looking at reducing the salary for soldiers. We're still above 10,000 though. No more governors' conventions. Oh, there's the war games. That's right, the governors' conventions we don't have. Because that's on government, I think. Yep, governor conventions on the government track. I don't think there are any leaders we need to get rid of yet. Nope, we are good. So now we need to see about progress. 2 turns left. Albion has exactly the number of workers it needs. Down to Pacifica, which can get all 1,000.
Roger that.
There we go. Starkshans is getting there. And then I'm going to refrain. Wow, GIs? Are you kidding me? They've been around a hot minute. I'm going to hold to my action, and we're not going to replace our recruits. I will take a look at what's out there, see if we can't obsolete any of these guys. Nope, not yet. Our artillery's mostly upgraded now, though. Yeah, we got tons of those. Okay. Let's push on forward. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I could be horribly wrong. I think things are going very, very well now though. Luckily, I've run into population problems in a couple of my private games now, and I have a better handle on how bad and how not bad the situation we're in this one is. It's recoverable, it just takes a steady hand and little to no growth, or very careful application of the resources we do have. And we're getting there. A lot of repositioning on cold. Wow. Heavy assault on that corner, and they didn't get anywhere. Push us back there. Disappointing, but not too surprising. Looks like they may have built yet another bridge across that lava field. to keep supply to the southern end of their empire. I'll take it. That was an excellent result. VidCon broadcasting in one turn. Woohoo! Got another civil delegation. Incident with hard sentence. We'll reverse the decision and discipline. No, thank you. Economic Council. Probably high-speed rail, I think.
Roger that.
Meanwhile, what can we do here? Alright, looks beneficial. Do I involve the HQ? And I think I will.
Yes, sir. We're going in. Mission completed.
Perfect result. Push them in. We're starting to get around that city. In fact, if I want to put my troops out there, I could cut off the new road. But I think that puts them out on a limb and prone to being counterattack / surrounded. And I think we are at a point where we can cut this road. Certainly not upgrading that road. Caused a lot of losses up here. Contemplating removing the posture. But I think we will go for the salient. We'll grab the siege infantry all around, with the exception of this one. No, we want the concentric bonus. We're getting an overstacking malice on there. Actually, not yet. There it is. Yeah, overstacked. We can fit them in. And the motorcycles. We'll get as many people involved as we can. Overwhelming firepower is what we're looking for. Huge attack. We are taking losses, but we're inflicting more than we're taking. And there we go. We've pushed them back. And as a total of our force, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 companies. Not bad at all. Move in all forces. Do we leave the tank destroyers? And then we have this guy to worry about. We can bring in the tank destroyer. assault with other forces. So let's do that. Yeah, I was expecting to lose somebody. Just one is an excellent result. We'll take it. Move the tank destroyer. That should solidify their position. And we'll move the rest of the troops up. Not overly aggressive. Put one there, one there. Then we'll double up there. Looking good. Likewise, we can actually move things up here as well. We'll see if we can inflict some damage. Felt that was a safe attack. This one not being a safe attack. Everybody else is kind of in position. No changes. And we can push them all the way down there. Wagner Inc. Another mercenary post. I love having extra recruits. Let's just straight up push these ones back. No follow-up attack, but we can bully them. And there's Belelier. We're just kind of painting right now. Meaning just taking that territory. Easy. And still no improvement, Kana C. When did that get switched? Pretty sure that was accidental. Leave the rest. Should have good progress. Yep, rail yard finished this turn. Meanwhile, strategic cards, civil delegation, Belelier, 4 points. And we are, that's good because we're getting decreases. And we'll take our efficiency drive. Very good success this time. We're actually getting a chance to do Mission Impossible. We certainly have the spare political power now. Go ahead and do it. Failure, and we still got a fate point. I'll take it. Meanwhile, we want to look at worker-wise. Why did we suddenly get a bunch of extra workers? Ooh. Let's hide units. Did we capture anything else? Doesn't look like it. That should solve our worker problem. Not quite. What else could we have gotten recently that would be hurting our worker count? Oh well, that'll delay our mine an extra turn. That's okay though, because I think we would be delayed anyways due to lack of metals. Which our trade house has even more money and still has not managed to secure additional metal for us. Speaking of which, do I have import-export tariffs? I sure don't. I can afford to now. Trade report. Exports to Tiefland. Yeah, all across. So, import, export increases. We have no trade relation, we can't do anything with any of them. But we can with Tiefland. We can get imports and exports increased. That can get us a little bit of money. Wolfspawn Imperium. I forgot they existed. Rather large for a miner. And we are their protector? We sure are. Other one is Papillus, which is some kind of faction which we cannot. Because they're slavers. Okay. So be it. We're going to wait for that mine to finish. Much as I would like to get more replacements out there. We just don't have the metal. Yeah, we'll wait one more turn and then we'll get a burst of activity as we start to get metal. But with that, we are out of time. I appreciate you staying to the end. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I will see you next time. Take care, everyone.